And the last thing I would talk about is also going to talk to the Galactic family through journey work as well. Is we both have experienced this, but it's like I always imagine climbing up to the top of my tree, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm beamed up, like past the earth, into the stars, into this galaxy, like seeing all these things. And I always am in like this one room. And I'm in like, it feels like a tic tac, like I guess you could say the place that we're in, but it's like, it almost looks like an operating table with like these metal stools, but like I'll have conversations and talk to like galactic people, and like I just feel their energy and I like get into that space. And I've done a lot of it for myself, which I feel like at some point I'll do more outside of that. But it's a very vulnerable thing to talk about. Some people aren't really that open, but it's interesting because you feel it, and it's like I've had so many different things healing, whether I've been pulling something out of my body or something like that, where I'm like in this operating room. And even if I'm sitting here, like all of a sudden I'm laying on the table and they're just like working on my body. And then I'm come back. And it's like I wasn't expecting to do that. And of course, I like align with the light to make sure that it's not a negative thing. But it's like when you align with that light, you set the intention, you're really connected, then you can know that whatever you're experiencing is for the higher good, and you can trust that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's limitless. Like as we've talked about Mother Earth, Pachamama, we've talked about aliens, we talked about water, like we talked about you reclaiming those bits and pieces from 20,000 years ago, right?
Yes.
Like
there's so much. I want to mention one more thing before we wrap it up too.
Yeah.
Remember when we did the fire ceremony, and then we're channeling, we both had channeling. And this is the thing too. It's like you're saying, you aligned with your source energy. So you knew and you trusted into that you were aligned. So whatever comes through is supposed to come through for whatever reason. It's supposed to come through for your healing, your shifting. And one of the things that I had been, prior to being a shaman, had been nervous about exploring is channeling, because there's different kinds of channeling that you can do. And some people merge with energy and they can speak like the person, or sometimes they'll just dictate or say out loud what they're saying to them when their energy is beside them, like they're talking to them.
That's what I experienced, but you experienced like an embodiment.
Yeah. And another lifetime that I experienced, all of a sudden I was just there. I could feel the energy move. It was almost like I just turned my head to one corner, and all of a sudden I'm just there. And you were a witness to this, and the other person was there that witnessed it. And I was aware that I was here, but at the same time, like a part of me was aware that I was here, but at the same time, I was someplace else. And I was at that time going through this review of this energy that was being healed at that time, that had been held on to the land and to the place that we were doing sacred ceremony at. And you saw that, and my whole demeanor changed, my voice changed, like everything changed with me. And then when it was released and healed, I went back, and I was like, I just turned back into where I was, and all of a sudden I just came back to me.
Yeah.
But that would have freaked me out.
So crazy to watch. It was
that
so
would
cool.
have freaked me out, in the past, be like, oh gosh, I don't want to do that. But over time, when you do this work, or this journey work, and you align with spirit and you understand the opportunities and the possibilities for your healing, you relax and surrender into those kinds of experiences more, and they're not so scary. They just become what is being called for healing at that time for you, and you trust in that journey without resistance. Thank you for watching Modern Sages. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We are so grateful for your support. We have an Instagram account as well as on Facebook. We have our podcast, which is the Modern Sages podcast.
And we are so excited to launch our Gifts of Spirit classes in our Modern Sages Mystery School.
Absolutely. Oh, we're so excited. So we're going to link the information below in the show notes for more information about our mystery school.